process. Or it can be said induction is a welcoming process to make the new employee feel at home and generate in him a feeling of belongingness to the organization. Suppose you are my students and last so many years you have learned a lot of things, and every moment you had a sense of belongingness, and you feel yourself proud to be associated with NIT Agartala. So that you are part of something. That when someone is moving into a new job, he must have this feeling. Yes, I'm part of this organization. Suppose CCD is asking us to take these classes. We are part of CCD. We are part of this institution. Everything what is required to be done for the betterment of the students, we will do it. And that's why we are doing it. Next is objective of induction. Because you have heard about this term, induction. Now, what are the objectives? Because in every work, goal should be there and the goal should be accomplished. First, to promote a feeling of belongingness and loyalty to the organization, first one. Second one is to build up a new employee confidence. Suppose when you are familiar with the situation, when you are familiar with the organization, then you will build up some confidence in you. And because your familiarity will help you to develop that confidence. Number three, to bring an agreement between the organizational goals and personal goals. Now see, every organization has vision. Every organization has mission. The vision of NIT Agartala is Jnanam Param Balam. That is, wisdom is the strength. That means we are not concerned ourselves with merely gaining knowledge. We are concerning ourselves with that wisdom. That means your human values, how you oriented your human values when you are getting the education. To bring an agreement between the organizational goals. So every time, even now, when I'm going to talk to you, I have this notion in my mind that Jnanam Param Balam should be executed by the way we are dealing with the subjects, by the way we are taking the classes. Number four, to give the new employee information regarding the company. Obviously, you have to know that organization where you are going to, where you will start your job. Fifth is that to introduce the new worker to the supervisor and the other works. Suppose in case of us, we must know our HOD. We must have a mutual understanding with our HOD. And we must have a trust responsibility to our HOD because we have to perform in our department. And at the end of the day, our students should be benefited. The sixth one is to create a sense of security. Now, this is a very important thing because when you guys leave a job, suppose you have got a job and you have continued it for 1 month or 2 months or 3 months, but later on you have this feeling that I'm not satisfied with the job, so I'm thinking about a new job. And why? The point is that every time you're thinking about whether your life is secure or not. So in the induction process, the sense of security is developed so that you feel, yes, I'm in a secure position and I will subordinate my individual interest and I will contribute for this organization. Seventh is to reduce the cost of replacing. Suppose you are quitting the job, then obviously the company or the organization has to go for a new one. It's a costly process. So that it can be minimized, this induction is very, very important. Next, contents of induction program. What exactly taught? What exactly they usually do in induction program? The company's history and philosophy in operation. Suppose we are talking about higher education institutes like NIT Agartala. We are having a history. Earlier it was Tripura Engineering College, then it transformed into National Institute of Technology. We have certain philosophy in educating our students and to execute, to accomplish the vision, to accomplish the goals, we have a certain way of execution that is called operations. Second is the products and services of the company. When we're talking about NIT Agartala is not selling any kind of product. It is providing services, educational services, so that we can educate our students, we can capable them to get a job so that their life may be secure. These are the services like financial services, like medical services, like that. And company's organizational structure. You know it very well that NIT Agartala is having an organizational structure. At the helm of the affairs is the Honorable Director of NIT Agartala. Then the authority have been divided into all the deans, then head of the departments, then the faculties. Now, when I'm supposed to do something, I must consult my HOD, head of the department, and through the process, HOD has to report it to the dean and director service there. That he is the main controlling authority, but he has delegated his power through the structure, and everybody is doing their job in accordance with that structure. Personal policies and practices. Now, when we are talking about personal policies and practices, actually it is the thing is that wages and salary administration. When you join a job, obviously you have to be satisfied with the salary. Obviously, you have to be satisfied with the benefits that are supposed to get from the company. And these section, the fifth one, is the personal policies. Personal policies, that means the policies which are related to human resource. And the practices, how to accomplish the task, that is the practices. And remember this thing, it's a continuous process. What I'm doing it today, I'm doing it tomorrow, I will do it the day after tomorrow, and this process will go on and go on. So the batches are coming in, batches are learning something, they're appearing for the exam, they're getting their degree, they're moving out. So this is a continuous process. So broadly, these are the contents of the induction program. And sixth, and this the employee activities. Suppose it is called job description. When I'm talking about being as a teacher of this department, the description of the job has been given to me earlier, that being as a teacher of the department, you are in charge of academic activities, you are in charge of administrative activities. In some time, I have performed as a training and placement coordinator. Sometime I have performed as a academic coordinator. Still now I'm academic coordinator. I have performed as a teacher in charge of admission. Lots of things are there that what you are supposed to do, you must know it. Next is that the rules and the regulations. So what is the difference between policies and practices and rules and regulations? See, when I'm talking about rules and regulations, it is being guided by the statute. When the NIT Agartala has been established, it has been established through a statute, the National Institute of Technology Agartala Act, which has been enacted by the Parliament of India. And when it has been established, it has certain rules and regulations that how the education will be kept, the education, the course curricula will be there, how the conduct of the classes will be there, how the teachers will count the credit points, and the distribution of the classes. These are the things. Next, 8th point is grievance procedure. Now, everywhere and every time, it may be possible that you are not agreeing, or it may be possible that you have a complaint. It may be possible you are not satisfied with the way the things are going on in the organization, or somebody is doing what you are not satisfied with that. So there should be a procedure. And this procedure is a systematic steps to be carried out by you. First of all, you will make a complaint, then you will wait for the feedback. And if there is no feedback, then you will move to the higher authority. You will make an appeal to that higher authority, and then your problem will be solved. No, this procedure is already given. Now, if the institute doesn't have any grievance procedure, then the institute has to follow the Act, the Industrial Disputes Act. In the Industrial Disputes Act, the grievance procedure have been laid down, and the organization will follow that procedure in absence of any procedure concerned to that particular organization. If this organization doesn't have any grievance procedure, then the organization must and follow the principles and the law laid down in Industrial Act, in the Industrial Relation Act, Industrial Disputes Act. Next, safety measures. When you are walking in a shop floor, that means the floor where any assembling work is being done, where the manufacturing activities are being done, you have to follow certain measures, you have to take certain measures. This is a safety measures. Now, if the organization doesn't have any safety measure, then obviously Workmen Compensation Act, which actually tells about the safety measures and how you will be compensated if you met an accident. So that thing is given there. Next is standing orders. Standing orders, suppose one example I can give you. It is the standing order for every student that they must have 75%. 75% of attendance should be there, otherwise he or she will not be allowed for sit for exam. And terms and conditions of the service. So suppose when you are joining, you have certain tenure, you have certain activities to do, and when you are agreeing to the terms and conditions, then you will be allowed to join the service. Again, I'm telling you, these are the terms and conditions. You will read the terms and conditions. And when you think that these terms and conditions is beneficial for me, then you will join. So this is one kind of contract between you and the organization. Now the question is, you people may ask, they said, what will be the guideline of this contract? See, Indian Contract Act 1872 is there. And it has empowered the organization, the administration of the organization, to make any terms or condition which is beneficial for the employee, not detrimental for the employee. Next, point number 12, benefits and the services for employees. Being as an employee of the organization, you must have certain benefits, such as medical services, which will help you when you fall ill, when you are not healthy, and in that case, medical services will be provided. Lots of other services also, let's say paid holidays, perquisites, lots of things are there. Next, 13 is opportunities for training and promotion and transfer. So, when you have joined the organization, you have certain future. You have to think about your future. Now, if you think too much about your future, then the job for which you have been selected, it will be hampered. So there should be a proper opportunities for training. And why? Because training will improve your skill. Training will improve your productivity. And you must have a scope for the promotion. And actually the thing is that if you do your job best, your job will take care of you. That's the thing. Again, I'm telling you, if you do your job bestly, your job will take care of you. Need not to think about the future. Next is elements of good induction program. First of all, introductory information. Number 2, on the job information. Number 3 is the follow-up interview. That means introductory information. That means the information which is about the organization, the information which is related to your job, the information related to other activities which is associated with the job. Suppose being as a teacher of an IT Agartala, my main job is to teach the students or the subjects of our department. Apart from that job, I have to look after the administrative job also. In compliance with the system, suppose I'm just looking after the administrative works in my department. I'm looking after purchase. I'm looking after the network. These are the other kinds of job that you are supposed to carry on. And this is why when it is relevant to give you the exposure of the real job, then this on-the-job information is necessary. Because suppose I have to, I'm telling you that this is the this is the this is the this. First of all, I have to show you that yes, it is working in that way. Yes, this is the way of its doing. So you have to understand, and it is very much important in case of technical jobs. I'm very much concerned with the engineering students. They must know how to do this thing. Suppose I have asked you design this, so they must know how to design it. Okay, and follow-up interview. When I have given the instruction to the students, when I'm giving instruction to the new employee, that these are the instructions. So I must check whether this particular individual has understood or not what exactly being told to him or her. Okay, so this is the thing that broadly these elements are first introductory information about the company's vision, about the company's mission, about the company's your job. Next is that you will be given a practical exposure about the job. This is why it's on the job information and follow-up interview. Next is induction procedure. Now, a question may come to your mind that why it should be a procedure, why it is a procedure or a process. You just keep it in your mind very clear that the concept of the procedure is to protect natural justice. Again, I'm telling you what exactly I'm going to tell you. The procedure means that somehow natural justice should be protected. What is natural justice? Natural justice is fairness of justice. Again, I'm telling what is natural justice? Natural justice means fairness of justice. What exactly this is? Mr. X is my student, Mr. Y is my student, Mr. Z is my student. When I'm supposed to evaluate their answer script, everyone should be judged properly, and every answer script must be evaluated on a transparent way, on an unbiased way. So certain principles are there. When I'm talking about procedure, certain and the natural justice, certain principles are there. And what are the principles? This is equally applicable in case of organization. First principle is a Latin term, odi alteram partem. Odi alteram partem is a Latin term, and it means no man should be judged unheard. Again, I'm telling it. Odi alteram partem is a Latin word, and the meaning of it is that nobody should be judged unheard. Suppose I am supposed to take any disciplinary action, then obviously I must give my student a chance to represent his or her case. So this is why when we are talking about natural justice somehow protects the rights of individuals. Again, I'm telling you that natural justice protects the rights of individual. Now, when I'm talking about the first one, as I have said, odi alteram partem, that means no man should be judged unheard. Second principle, who seeks equity must do equity. That means you are a student asking me, sir, manifestly injustice has been done. My inquiry should be whether you have done your job or not. Suppose someone has said, sir, I was falsely implicated during exam, and it has been said that I was carrying a mobile phone, and this is why I have been subjected to disciplinary proceeding. Now, I have to ensure first whether in reality you have carried mobile phone in the exam hall or not. So when it has been prima facie established, that means at the threshold or the very beginning, it has been established that no, you have not carried mobile phone into the exam hall. In that case, your subsequent justice is protected. Now, then we will say, no, you have done nothing wrong. So the first principle, as I have stated, odi alteram partem, that means no man should be judged unheard. Second, who seeks equity must do equity. And the third one is who seeks equity must come with a clean hand. What exactly that means? That means you are saying that your fundamental right or your right has been violated. Okay. Now you have yourself done the cheating or you have done something wrong. Then your hands are not clear. Your hands are not clean. So this is why you have no right to seek justice. Though in some time, those are the wrongdoers, they usually approach to the court for justice. And according to Indian Constitution, it is stated that unless and until your guilty is proved, you cannot be said to be a criminal. So this is the procedure, the underlying principle of this particular word is procedure, and why we need to follow the procedure, because we have to ensure justice, natural justice. And what is the meaning of the natural justice? That is fairness of justice. Okay. The procedure is the new person should be given a definite time and place to report. But in lots of organization, it is not that much definite because some ambiguity is there. The employee is asking where to report, when to report, and there is the cross the personal issues are there. So the employee must know the definite time and place to report. Now, you people may think about that what exactly sir is going to talk, what exactly his meaning, what exactly the meaning of his opinion. Means it that suppose being as a employee of this management department, I'm taking instruction from my HOD. Now, if the Dean Academic is giving me another instruction, then there will be an ambiguity. The two authorities are simultaneously giving me two instructions. Then which one must carry forward? Who must be carried first? Is it the order of my HOD or is it the order of my Dean Academic? So there should be a clear-cut division, the definite time and place to report, and the authority, who is my immediate boss. I must know it. Okay. And I must report to him. The supervisor should meet the new employee. And why? Because the employee is working under the supervisor. My HOD must know him, what is my behavior, what is my intention, how I usually work. Because I'm closely connected with my HOD and he is my superior in the department. So whatever is supposed to do, I must take permission from HOD. What is supposed to complain, I must complain to my HOD. What kind of suggestions and supports I require, I must require it from my HOD. Third one is that administrative work should be completed as early as possible. It is stated that every work must be carried out in time properly, and this is, we call it efficiency and effectiveness. Again, I'm telling you that everything which is being carried out in time, with proper instruction, and that is called efficiency and effectiveness. Administrative work should be completed as early as possible. Why? Because there is another proverb: justice delayed, justice denied. Again, I'm telling it that all administrative work is somehow ensuring justice. Suppose one simple point I am asking, I'm telling you, you have completed your degree, okay? You are supposed to get your certificate, okay? And what is the instruction to you? That you have to submit your payment slip, or which has been paid for convocation, and the non-due certificate. And if you submit it to the exam section, the non-due certificate and convocation slip, then you will get the certificate. If you personally come, then the examination section will hand it over. If you are supposed to get your gold medal, then you must ask your faculty of your department. He must ensure that he or she is my student, then you will get your gold medal. So if due to any procedural delay, you are not getting your certificate, you are not getting your gold medal, then obviously justice is delayed, because you have come to be awarded the way we have awarded during convocation, and you have the right to get your medal in time. So this is why this administrative work must be a very speedy one. And administrative work should be completed as early as possible to ensure that, yes, justice has been delivered. Departmental orientation should be conducted. Now, every department, even in NIT Agartala, the orientation of the department is different. You people may ask this, sir, how you will determine the orientation? See, the orientation is the physical infrastructure of the department. Here, two things are there. One is static, another one is dynamic. Again, I'm telling it. The department has two elements. First of all, the static, the infrastructure, the furniture, these are all static. And the dynamic part is that the people, those are working here. Now, there should be a proper coordination between these two. this infrastructure and the people, infrastructure and the individuals. So this interaction of the static part and the dynamic part of the organization, it differs, it varies from department to department, organization to organization. Okay. Next is verbal explanations must be supplemented by supplemented by printed materials. Okay, by printed materials. And why it is so? Because suppose any explanation, suppose I am now telling it about all this induction procedure here. It is possible that tonight, when you are going to your bed, you will remember 10% of what I have said here now. It may be possible that after 2-3 days, you will remember 5% of what I have said here. But after 1 month, it may be possible that you forget everything that I have said here. So, but if I give you the PPT, and if you have time to go through, then I think you can remember Amlan sir what said on this day for your help. And you will remember not even my topic, not even my discussion, even what are the specific emphasis I have given to you to make you understood. Okay, suppose I have talked about an IT hackathon. I have talked about division of different departments. I have talked about different orientation of different departments. So if you go through the PPT, and then you will remember everything. So verbal explanation, but I am engaging myself now, must be supplemented by printed material as I have given this PPT. Next is induction training in India. Actually, I have taken one organization. Lots of organizations have different things. I have taken the first one, this Maruti Udyog. This organization has a different type of induction program for different fields. Actually, I can remember when I was there when I was doing my course on Master of Business Administration, I have visited Maruti Udyog, Gurgaon plant. And you know, one very fantastic thing I have seen, and very, very remarkable thing I have seen there in the shop floor, outside the shop floor, there is a quotation of Aristotle. And it is stated there that quality is not an act, it is a habit. And still now I can remember, I visited that Maruti Udyog Gurgaon plant in the year 1998. Still now I can remember what I have seen there. There is a quotation of Aristotle, and he said that quality is not an act, it is a habit, because you cannot achieve quality by doing a job for one day. It's a continuous process. So that's the philosophy of the Maruti Udyog. But unfortunately, wrong things also happened. You heard about Maruti Udyog Manesar plant. This is the first time in India some labor unrest was there. Lots of property have been destroyed. And the first time in Indian trade unionism, one HR executive was killed during the agitation in Manesar plant of Maruti Udyog. Maybe some inconsistencies there, some gaps in the coordination may be there due to which this accident and this violent protest took place. So when we are talking about Maruti Udyog, broadly, the first one is the familiarize with the various functions and meet the division heads. Function heads, suppose I'm giving one example of a newspaper. Newspaper have different divisions. First, that is the editorial department. They actually collect the news, they prepare the news for publication. Then there is a advertising department which actually takes the advertisement from space sellers. Space sellers book the pages for multicolor production or color product or say one color production. And there is a network section, there is a system section, and there is a printing section from where the newspaper usually publishes. To familiarize with the various functions and meet the division heads, every division have different heads. Suppose The mathematics department, there is a one HOD. In department of physics, there is a different HOD. In department of chemistry, there's a different HOD. In the department of civil, there is another HOD. So we have to, when we are supposed to carry with all the departments, we must be familiarize ourselves with the different heads and different functions. Work on the shop floor. This is ultimately the most important one, because an engineer who will be working in a manufacturing unit, this is the area of his work. This is the area where actually the whole process of manufacturing goes on. Next, work at various other departments. When your job is connected with other departments, you must have various links with other various departments. Work finally in those departments for about 2 months where they eventually have to work. Now, one example I can give you. One example, suppose as a faculty of this department, every faculty of this department, apart from academic activity, we also engage ourselves in different administrative work, admission, purchase, academic, SIP, placement, lots of things are there. So why usually we do it? Because everybody should have experience to do it. Suppose someone who is looking after the admission, he becoming ill. So someone else must to come in that place and do his job. So there should be a proper coordination and proper understanding of everything. And you must be a jack of all trades, but you have to master of one. That is work finally in those departments for about 2 months where they eventually have to work. Next is training. Next part of my discussion is training. Training is the act of increasing the knowledge and the skill of an employee for doing a specified job. So this, when we are talking about this current government, it's a union government, this is the government led by Narendra Modi ji. This Modi government is very much giving emphasis on skill development, kaushal vikas. And why? Because if you have knowledge, but you can't execute your knowledge, you can't, what can I say, apply it. In that case, your skill development should be there. Suppose I have discussed this thing and I'm asking you to prepare yourself for interview this way. You have to move on. You have to develop yourself. First, you have to develop your communication skill. Now, my earlier student have asked, sir, is it okay that a person speaks very well in English? No, I said no. I'm not emphasizing any particular language. It may be possible that you can't speak fluently English. You can speak Hindi, but major requirements are that you must speak in English. But I say that your contents, it is not the way which language you are speaking on. It is important that what are the contents of your speech. आप कहना क्या चाहते हो और इसमें क्या है, कौन सी भाषा में बात कर रहे हो, that doesn't matter. But the thing is that what are the contents you have, and this content must be very remarkable one, so that it pleases people. जिसके साथ भी आप बात करते हो, जब आपसे बात करता है तो उसको अच्छा लगता है. Someone who is talking to you finds it very interesting to talk to you. And in this context, I want to give you one example, one quotation. He is a management writer. His name is Charles Henry. He was actually talking about Peter Drucker. Peter Drucker is the father of management. Actually, he was talking about that I met Peter Drucker in a very late part of my life. That means earlier he didn't have any communication with Peter Drucker. And when he was asking Peter Drucker, Peter, you tell me how you have learned. कैसे तुमने इतना कुछ सीखे? How you have learned? Peter had just said, I learn only by listening. I have learned only by listening. That means you must be a very good listener. And it is very important that when you are there for interview, you must first listen the question. Very importantly, you must listen it first, try to understand it, then you move on. So the training is that act of increasing the knowledge and skill. Here is a similar, another quotation I want to give you, and I want to tell you, this is the same quotation by Charles Henry. He said, how do I know what I believe unless I hear what I say? Again, I'm telling it. How do I know what I think unless I hear what I say. This is very much applicable in my case. मुझे इसे कैसे पता चलेगा कि तुम लोगों ने कुछ समझा है कि नहीं, जब तक मुझे ये ना पता चले कि तुमने कुछ सुना ही नहीं या तुमने कुछ सुना है कि नहीं. So that means when you will ask me question, then I will understand that yes, what I have said to you. So training is the act of increasing the knowledge and skill. Now the question you people make ask, sir, why you are referring all these quotations here? Listening skill is very important for a student. Listening skill is very much important for every social individual. The listening skill is very much important for a leader. Listening skill is very much important for an engineer. Next, objective of training. To help develop capacities. Now the people may ask us, what kind of capacity? This, I can say that these are the capacities as well as capabilities. Again, I'm telling you, these are the capacities as well as capabilities. Now, what are the capabilities? Now, why you will develop your capability? Because these capabilities will help you to develop your skill. First, the managerial skill, how to manage things, how to get the things done by the people. The conceptual skill, that means you have a better understanding of the concept. Without better understanding of the concept, you cannot apply it. Leadership skill, when you are going to be a leader of a group, you must know that what should be your style of leadership, whether it's task-oriented or whether it is people-oriented, or it will be the mix-up of both. Both task orientation and people orientation should be there. What exactly that means? That means when you are becoming a leader, then is it for you to just think about the task, that I need the task to be done? What about the people? Those are doing it. You have to think about them. If you think about the people, then obviously they will think about you. These are all about HR, human resource, because my people are my resources and I have to think about my resources. Next, improve the levels of performance. As I have said a few moments back, the levels of performance, improvement of it is a continuous process. Remember that quotation by Aristotle, quality is not an act. It is a continuous process. It is a habit. To make self-conscious, it is very much important. Because first of all, you have to know who are you. You must know yourself. Because it is the best person in this world that who knows about you bestly. To make self-conscious. Because when you will know about you, then you will understand what your position in the society, what is your position in the organization, what is your position in the family, what is your position in the circle of friends. So to make a self-conscious, that and why? Because when you are self-conscious, your every act will be carried out with the influence of your conscious mind, and the chances of error is less. But when you are not self-conscious, the chances of error is much, and you will work through your subconscious mind, and in that case, the probability and the possibility of error may be there, or it probably be there. To bring efficiency and effectiveness, as I have said, to carry out the task in a proper time and in a proper place and in the proper direction is the effectiveness and efficiency. And without efficiency and effectiveness, the growth of the organization is not possible. Again, I'm telling it, without efficiency and effectiveness, the growth of organization is not possible, and it should start from individual level. It should start from the individual level. Every individual must perform better, and the way the organization will improve. Next, need and importance of training. First of all, increase productivity. Obviously, you are now skilled, you know how bestly things can be done, and you have assorted your effort, and obviously the organization is being benefited, and there is a increase in the production. Higher employee moral, that means the satisfaction level is high, because when satisfaction will be high, there will too much dedication to the work. Subordination of individual interest will be there. Subordination of individual interest means that you are not thinking about your individual interest. You are thinking about the organization, because if you're thinking about the organization's interest, organization will think about you. Higher employee moral, that means higher satisfaction level, less supervision. You are conscious, you are responsible, you know your job, there is no requirement of supervision. When a person is responsible, when a person is dedicated to the work, he knows what exactly to do, there is no requirement of supervision. Where higher moral is there, if the person doesn't have skill, he or she will try to develop that skill so that supervision could be less wastage, because everyone is doing responsibly. There is no error, there is no mistake. So it is somehow reducing the wastages. Easy adaptability. Easy adaptability, that means when you are habituated to any work. When you are habituated in your work, then obviously it will be quite easy for you and you will adopt the new things. So easy adaptability should be there, and for this training is required. Reduce absenteeism. Reduce absenteeism, that means unauthorized absence. Unauthorized absence, suppose I'm not coming to my department without informing my HOD, that is absenteeism. If I am taking permission, I am taking sale, then obviously it is not absenteeism. So in lots of organizations, suppose if I talk about Oil and Natural Gas Corporation, that is ONGC, absenteeism is one kind of problem there. HPCL, absenteeism, one kind of problem there. If you talk about other organization, that is public sector units, such as BSNL, absenteeism is a problem there. Next is employee development. Okay, employee development is that every employee must have the opportunity to develop themselves. Every employee must have the opportunity to themselves, because if the organization is thinking about the future of the employee will think about the future of the organization. Next, benefits of training. Improve profitability, because now the manufacturing unit or the organization will produce more, and when it will produce more, the probability of economy of large scale will be there. What exactly that means, economy of large scale? Now see, in every production, two major costs are involved. First one is fixed cost, second one is a variable cost. Now, if you increase the number of units you are producing, then the fixed cost would be divided by the increased number of products. So there will be less fixed cost. And what can I say, minimizing the fixed cost by producing higher, that is one kind of, I can say, the economy of large scale. Improved job knowledge and skills. Obviously, first of all, you have to know the things, information you must have, then you will develop the skill. And what are the skills? I already told you. Next is improved moral of the workforce. You are satisfied with the job because the company and organization is thinking about you, and you are dedicating yourself for the betterment of the organization. And this is why there is a higher satisfaction level, higher morality to the workforce. That is the benefits of training. Better identification of organizational goals. As I have said, Jnanam Param Balam. That is the vision of NIT Agartala. But if I talk about my earlier institute, that is Tripura University, in pursuit of excellence. This is the vision of Tripura University, in pursuit of excellence. Everything should be excellent. So better identification of the organizational goals. Now, what is the difference between Tripura University and NIT Agartala? NIT Agartala is just making you wise. NIT Agartala is trying to make you wise. Now, NIT Agartala believes in you that after getting wise, everything what you will do, it will be the right one. But in case of Tripura University, they are searching excellence continuously. And our job is that when our student will be pass out, they will be wise. They will be very good citizen. They will be a very knowledgeable person, and they will search the way out. Okay, broadly, this is the distinction between these two visions. Next is steps in systematic training plan. Determination of training needs. What is the training need? Because my student can't speak. My student can't say relevantly. My student cannot decorate the words, decorate the sentences. This is a training need. Next, establishment of training policies. Okay, I, along with the CCD, we are trying to develop the skills of my students so that they can speak well, they can represent themselves in the interview. So obviously, the Center for Career Development is having certain policies, and the Center for Career Development is implementing those policies for your betterment so that you can represent yourself, you can assert yourself, you can talk to the people, convince the people, yes, I'm the person who can be trusted, who can be given the job. Setting goal and objectives of the training, the Center for Career Development already established the objectives, and in accordance with the objectives, we are just carrying out this discussion and we are taking classes. Preparing training budget, it is already there. Deciding about the training venue, as it is COVID-19 situation, so we are taking this discussion online and everybody is attending it virtually. Deciding about the methods and the techniques, we have introduced Google Meet here, and I am just telling it as I have started. Says that we will do this discussion into 3 phases. First one, explanation, conceptualization. Next is explanation, and third one is the interaction. The interaction part will start very soon. Determination of methods of evaluation, because after asking the question, and I will understand what exactly my student have understood. If you don't say anything, if you don't respond to me, then it is quite impossible from my side whether you have understood anything, whether you have any query, whether you have any ambiguity about any concept or whatever I have said. You have to ask me so that I can give you the answer. Now I'm coming to the next part, HR interview. As my time is short, so I'm moving fastly. These are the tips for taking preparation. Learn about the business of the company. Suppose you are going to TCL, Tata Consultancy Service. You have to know about the company. If you are going for Infosys, you must know about Infosys and obviously about Mr. Narayan Murthy. Align the strengths with the company's goal. You need not to be a good actor. You must be very clear-cut about your knowledge, your concepts, and you must be a very clear-cut how to apply those knowledge. It is not needed that you are a very nice person or a very ugly person. That doesn't mean anything. So you have to align your strength. What are the strengths? Yes, you can work hard. Yes, you can analyze it. Yes, you have new ideas. New ideas are coming to your mind, and you know how to apply those new ideas. And these new ideas may be transformed into products and services. That's why lots of IIT students, lots of NIT students are good business leaders, and they have launched very remarkable products. They have launched very remarkable services. Assemble all certificates in a proper order, because when you are supposed to submit your show your answers, show your certificates, there should be a chronology. Either the last one first or the first one first. That means degree certificate from NIT Agartala, it may be first, then you move on, and then your school certificate. Or it may be possible that first your school certificate, then at the last, the certificate which has been received by you from NIT Agartala. Next, dressing up for interview. Though I think that it's a part of this whole process, but not very important part of this, because dressing is not that much important. Suppose you have dressed like an actor, but you don't have anything to say, then it will not help you. So use traditional sense of professional outfit. That doesn't mean that you will go for pajama or kurta. You must be a formal trouser and a shirt, not t-shirt. Use clothes which are appropriate for the occasion. Now you are going for interview, you cannot wear a printed shirt, which is supposed to be wear in Caribbean islands. You must be a very decent one, and you must be. I know my students, I have seen my students, they are very much responsible and they do it very, very well. And I'm very much happy with this one. Don't show up for interview dressed in a brand new clothes that you have not yet had a chance to get comfortable in. क्योंकि तुमने अभी तक कभी ये ब्लेजर नहीं पहने हैं, किसी दोस्त से तुमने उधारी में ले लिए, you have taken it rented from your friend. Don't try it. The outfit which you are comfortable, then do it. Suppose you are taking some t-shirt or trouser from your friend and you are trying to put yourself in. No, this is not so wise. Don't wear t-shirt and jeans. You must not wear t-shirt and jeans because they are not formal. Don't use perfume that take a proper bath. You need not to take perfume. You just take a proper bath and be decent one. What to take? Take those documents that could substantiate your claim for the job. Now, if the company is asking for a software designer, then obviously your tabla certificate and your singing certificate doesn't help. They need the relevant documents. Then obviously you have to synchronize all the documents which are very much directly connected with your job. And because they have very limited time, they have a very short time, they are supposed to take interview of a lot of guys. Okay, entry. Knock the door as asks for permission to entry. First, knock, that means a gentle knock. As any bahut zor se knock kiya, no. Even a gentle knock, and you'll ask, sir, may I come in, sir? And wait for your permission to sit. Don't sit without getting the permission. First, wait for the permission and then sit. Okay. The behavior, be polite and patient. Don't what can I say, behave like restless. Be polite and patient, avoid sweating. In lots of cases, lots of individuals having this problem. I myself, being as a teacher, I am saying it that I have a sweating problem. Sometimes I'm not nervous, but somehow there is a sweating. So I have to control it. And obviously, when I'm sweating too much, then the interview board will think about that I am nervous. I have become some irrational thoughts in my mind. That's why I'm sweating. Make proper eye contact. But iska matlab ye nahi hai kisi ko ghurna, yani don't stare. You have to see the members, panel members, just to see them politely, not stare. Be serious when answering questions. Some people are not that much serious when they are responding the question. Be serious, and when you're answering the question, see the eyes of everyone. What the response they are giving you to. Don't shake your legs. Sometimes it's a bad habit for lots of students. They don't know. They actually, out of consciousness or subconsciously, they shake leg, but it is not a good behavior. Don't scratch head. Sometimes, usually, when someone is answering something, scratching head, so it means that you are not confident. So don't do it. First listen, then answer. First of all, you have to listen. Maybe 3 questions at the same time. 3 persons are asking you 3 different questions at the same time. Try to develop that sense. Try to develop that sense. You catch up all the 3 questions. Answer one by one as you think first, as you think second, as you think third. Don't argue. Sometimes you think that the board, what the board is saying, that you are not agreeing with that, but don't argue. You just put your word. Sir, I believe true to best of my knowledge. This is the word you have to say. Sir, I believe true to best of my knowledge. This is the thing. Don't make any political statement. I think you are wise. You will not do it. Don't pretend to know more than the panel members. कभी भी ऐसा मत दिखाना कि आपसे बेहतर मैं जानता हूँ. Don't do it, because every panel member, we expect some respect for them. Assert yourself with confidence. You have to put yourself when you are talking about, when you are just seeing the eyes of the panel members. You must show your display your confidence. Don't stare at the eyes of the panel members, as I have stated. Another important thing I must tell you, it happens that when someone is moving out from the hall, lots of friends are asking, kya pucha hai batao, tell me what question have been asked. Never share what you have answered inside. Never ever share what you have answered inside. You have said ज़्यादा कुछ नहीं है, not that much enough question they have asked. That's all. Some people will ask me, sir, is it ethical? Yes, obviously ethical. Because if you are just giving them tip that what has been asked, what are the questions that have been put through, then obviously they will make some sense. And you are just creating the competitiveness much more than what exactly it is. So you need not to share the things what have been asked inside the interview room. Okay, clear. Now I'm putting everyone for question. You put the question first, then I'll answer one by one. Dear students, you have to ask me so that I can understand what you have specific query about. Let us wait, sir. Maybe they are preparing the question. As I have said just few moments back, how do I know what I think unless I hear what I say? So you have to ask. So it will benefit you. Because don't be shy. Because you have to overcome this shyness. You are asking your teacher, yeah? No, you need not to worry about. I'm your teacher, so you need not to hesitate. I am here to help you. Okay, one question I'm asking everyone. You just give me one word, just one word, what you have found in this discussion to be very important one, which will help you. But just one word. Because 24 guys are there, so obviously, just give me one word.
Actually, sir, we should not become over smart in front of the interviewer.
No, yes, it is. I'm talking about to be smart, not to be over smart. That means when you are moving in the interview board, what exactly you need to do, I'm telling you. First, gently knock the door, just like that. Then they will say, come in. Then you will again say, sir, may I come in? Then you wait there. Where is the chair? You wait for the permission. And when they will ask you to sit down, then sit. If they don't, if they are not asking you to sit down, stand there. Don't sit, because they will watch to what the way you are executing the orders. So it is very much required. Now the question is over smart. Actually, there is no proper definition of over smart. The thing is that the behavior must be rational. Now see, when you attend my class, so obviously you are behaving just like my student. So when you are asking me question, it is not a question of over smart. You have query in your mind, that's why you are asking. So if you have the question in your mind, if you can ask the interview panel very innocently, and they will take it innocently. So that is depending on you, how politely and decently you present it. Okay. Next.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
So, what are the things we can consider in online interviews? Like, if we face HR in on Google Meet or something like that, then
The first important thing that you have to ensure is the proper network. The first important thing, and whether the connectivity is continuous. Now, second thing is that as it is going on online, sometime due to network problems, someone is listening you, someone is not listening you. So trim the sentence. Just make the sentence short. Sir, I believe to the best of my knowledge, this conceptual part is very much clear, and concept is this. Stop, wait, but they are responding to you. And if they're asking, then okay, fine, answer to that question. But if they're not answering, then continue. Continue, suppose, as I have said, just I'm taking it one quotation. How do I know what I think unless I hear what I say? So now suppose I'm asking this question, what do you understand by this quotation? First of all, you will say, sir, actually this means that what you are teaching, it will be clarified when you will ask your question. That's everything. Now, if I am not saying anything further, then you can move on. Sir, the teacher actually, when delivering lecture, he actually improves himself or modifies the way he is delivering by listening the queries of the students. Carry on. This is like way. Now, the situation is differing. One in one case, then on another case. Now, when I'm just appearing for one interview, the situation is some like that. But in case of yours, the situation is different. So the most important thing, the concepts must be clear. And concept is that you have the communication skill. It doesn't mean that you are using British accent or American accent, but the contents. You know your subject, You are putting your content and you are saying, "Sir, these are the true to best of my knowledge." Okay. Next is just them. Sometimes it may be possible that they are asking, "Isn't it so? Are you sure?" Then you are becoming confused whether I will stick to my earlier what I have said or I will change it. No, don't do it. Don't do it. When they are saying that, "Is it so? Are you okay? Are you sure?" "Yes, sir, I'm sure because it is to my best of my knowledge." So they will cross-check whether you are confident or not. But you are confident, you have to say, "Yes, sir, I'm sure." And that's why I'm saying it, because without being sure, how you can say that? Okay. Next. Don't hesitate, ask. I'm here to help you. Bimalendu Borua. Bimalendu. Akshay. Akshay, do you have any question?
Hello.
Carry on.
Yes, sir. I had a question, but Manish just asked the same thing.
Okay, you just rephrase it and ask me again. I'm telling you again. Okay.
Sir, I wanted to ask that is there any some kind of another miscellaneous code of conduct which the interviewer would be looking on to us during the online session?
Yes. During online session, actually one person, they will just see you the visible part. Okay. Now remember this thing. It's a very important and very interesting question you have asked. Sometimes some student usually blur the background. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Don't do it. Sometimes some students do it, but now you say, "Sir, my financial condition is not that much okay, so that I can display my background." In that case, just pull a screen. घर में धोती वगैरह बहुत कुछ रखा होता है. Just pull a screen. That don't blur your background, because when you are answering the question, I have observed it during my online monitoring of exam. Different students are coming from different demographic. You cannot deny it. So, but when you are blurring the background, okay, when you are blurring the background, somehow, some way, you are just hiding it. It is not required. Being as a teacher, I know that my students have different demographics throughout the country, and I know it. I accept it. But I have seen in case of my some students, they are blurring the background. No, don't do it. Because when you're supposed to put for interview, you sit for interview, just sit somewhere which is formal one. Suppose I am just presenting this topic in my department. On my table, water bottle is there, stapler is there. So I need not to blur it because the background is formal. Okay, so keep this thing very important. Another thing is that suppose sometimes people are saying that this is online interview. I need not to make up myself. No, you need not to make up, but you have to very formal one. Suppose ये जो कंघी करना और shape वगैरह करना, it is required because they want to check whether you are ready or you are prepared or not. Okay, so just follow that one, that nothing else. Because these guys know it that students from different demographics are coming up. So somebody is Ambani or somebody is none. So that doesn't mean to any teacher or that doesn't mean to do any interview panel. Okay, yes. Carry on. Any further question? Ritupriya? Ritupriya Das? Manish? Diptunu? You have to ask here. Unless and until I know your question, how I will respond. Don't hesitate. Again, I'm telling you, we are the teachers. We are the teachers. We are here to help you. Don't hesitate. Come forward. Come forward and ask so that this session could be made very unique and very remarkable. Aman?
Sir?
Chandan, carry on.
Sir, I have a lack in English communication. Sir,
you did
if sir, yes,
carry on.
sir, if I get if I get interview and then I did not very well in English, then what I do, sir, when I
Okay,
have
fine.
hesitated in English?
Okay, fine. And now the question is that if there is an interview tomorrow or day after tomorrow, you can't improve yourself now because it requires time. Okay. So you just, when you have this problem of spoken English, then you get prepared on the content because you are an engineering student. Huh? You must know your content very well. So when you stop there in speaking in English, take the language which is comfortable to you for any immediate interview. Now for solution of this problem permanently. See, I was also a student of Bengali medium and I have studied up to my college in Bengali. Okay. I had this problem. And sometime I couldn't find exactly the word what I'm supposed to tell. Then I have developed one thing. When I was talking to my friend, I was trying to speak it in English. And when I'm free at my home, before standing before a mirror, I have chosen a topic and I have ensured myself that I must continue 5 minutes. मुझे 5 मिनट तक बिना रुके हुए वहां पर किसी भी टॉपिक के ऊपर अंग्रेजी में बोलना है, just before the mirror, and I am watching myself, the way I am expressing, my facial expressions are there, and by this way I have made some recovery. Because I am not Shashi Tharoor, I can't speak like Mr. P. Chidambaram, I can't speak just like Rajdeep Sardesai, but I can speak to my student. I can speak to my student and my student understands what exactly I'm going to tell. So if you have this problem, you just try to solve it immediately. But if there is an interview today or tomorrow, you can't solve it. In that case, you just ensure that your contents and the concepts are very clear. If you stuck in the language, you move to Hindi and then you say, sir, I am a bit having problem. Just innocently manlo say, sir, I'm having this problem and that's why I'm just switching over. Sir, is there any problem, sir? They will say, no, you have to, for this job, you have to develop your communication skill. You have to ensure them, sir, I will try my best and I hope within 1 month, I will be a better man in spoken English. ओके इंश्योर करना है और ऐसे इंश्योर करो कि जैसे उन लोगों को सचमुच ये इंश्योर्ड लगे कि यस ही इज राइट गाय दिस सी वन एग्जांपल चंदन आई एम टेलिंग यू वन ऑफ माय स्टूडेंट very good student, he was a very serious stammering problem. When I'm asking what is your name, he's taking time and trying his best to tell his name. Then I have said, you keep on trying. And this guy has developed and improved himself so much dynamically and surprisingly. जब आप लोग उनसे बात करोगे ना, आप लोगों को लगेगा ही नहीं he is having the stammering problem. You will not feel it that once upon a time he faced that problem because this guy developed that confidence. Now he is a big boss in HR firm. So this is a very vulnerable problem. You can solve it. The thing is that you have to try to improve it. Okay. And I believe that if you try, you will do your best. Okay. Next. Devolando, do you have any question?
Hello, sir.
Carry on.
Yes, sir, it is seemed that sometimes the answer to the question is not known. So, in reply, we'll tell sorry or directly we don't know the answer. What should be direct?
In that case, confess. See, there is a two-way. Just telling lie and confess. Confess, sir. I can't remember the answer, sir. That's all. Because you must show yourself that you are honest the way you speak. Now, कभी कभार ऐसा होता है ये लोग देखते हैं कि कितना ट्रिकी हो आप कितना स्मार्ट हो कितना आप लोगों को बेवकूफ बना सकते हो या लोगों को डील कर सकते हो। नाउ थिंक अबाउट 3 इडियट्स, राजू इंटरव्यू ऑफ राजू रस्तोगी, याद है ना? राजू रस्तोगी को ये पूछा गया था कि भाई तुम बोलो क्या ये करना है। सॉरी सर, ये जो मेरा एटीट्यूड है वो बहुत ये के बाद आया है, इसको मैं बदल नहीं सकता। तो ये चीज तुम्हें करने के लिए नहीं बोल रहा हूँ, बट द थिंग इज that you have to confess, sir, I don't know. And in fact, being as a teacher, Amlan sir, I don't know lots of things. Being as a teacher, I also don't know lot of things. So I must confess it. And suppose sometime my student might asking me any question related to management, then I say that just give me a time, let me go through, then I will come to you. And I do it. And one unsolved issue still now there, as you have asked this question. One of my MBA former student has asked one day, sir, can you develop an equation? I said, what? Can you develop an equation of time value of knowledge in time frame and time space? I was not a man of physics, and even I have not that much expertise on mathematics. Still now I am thinking about it, how to solve it and how to develop an equation of time value of knowledge and time frame and time space. So lots of things I don't know. So you need not to be ashamed. You will just convey, sir, I will try my best to know it. So they will know that your answer is very much honest. Okay. Next question. Don't hesitate, ask. We are teacher. You need not to hesitate. Ask question. Acha, one point I am telling you what I have monitored during this examination, online examination. Lot of my students are very much camera conscious. Lot of my students, they actually feel embarrassed to directly face the camera. Then they usually put the camera this side. I have seen it's a problem for a lot of students. I don't know why you are thinking about it. Suppose when you are in a very respectable position and you are addressing a huge gathering or a huge audience, then you have to face. So try to avoid this thing, because during examination, I have seen that lots of people are not facing the camera in front. They are just putting it side or this side. You need not to worry about. Okay, so just ensure this thing doesn't happen during interview. Anyone else?
सर कभी-कभी हमारे पास कंटेंट होता है, बट इंग्लिश बीच-बीच में बोलते-बोलते स्टक हो जाते हैं। उस सिचुएशन को कैसे ओवरकम करें?
उस सिचुएशन को ओवरकम करने के लिए सबसे पहले आपको एक ट्रायल देना होता है, ठीक है? मैं बता देता हूँ, and it is beneficial for everyone. See, when you are presenting something, at that moment you are thinking and presenting it, that there may be problem. So इसलिए पहले एक स्क्रिप्ट बना लो, just make a script. ये स्क्रिप्ट क्या है? जैसे कि when I will address the student, first of all I will just put this line and just I have remembered it and I will put it. So पहले एक स्क्रिप्ट बनाओ कि क्या बोलना है, और कोशिश ये करो जब आप अकेले रहते हो उस स्क्रिप्ट को एक बार देखते हुए उसके बाद स्टॉप कर दो, उसके बाद अपने आप बोलना शुरू करो। व्हाट अबाउट, चाहे हिंदी में ही हो, सबसे पहले कंटेंट आपको समझ में आना चाहिए, चाहे हिंदी में हो। इट मे बी पॉसिबल दैट यू आर स्पीकिंग इन हिंदी, देन यू ट्राई टू transform it into English if it is required. In case some job you need to speak in English. So what exactly I do when I am supposed to move for any kind of big presentation for 1 hour or 2 hours, I make a script so that I can attract my audience, and time to time I can put new lines into it. So first of all, I have to remember the script, and when I have remembered the script now, so what I am going to speak, that is ready-made. Now, if any new question are coming up, I'm adding the lines. तो मतलब क्या है? मतलब ये है कि आप जो कहने वाले हो पहले उसको एक कागज में लिख लो, जस्ट राइट इट डाउन इन अ पेपर। एक बार देखो उसको और आईने के सामने उसे बोलने की कोशिश करो। ट्राई टू स्पीक आउट बिफोर द मिरर। कंटिन्यू दिस प्रोसेस फॉर 10 days, 15 days, then try to transfer yourself into English. Try to develop it. And I'm giving you assurance. Within 15 to 16 days, you will develop and you can speak to Amlan sir in English. See, one thing I know, that we are having different diversity of culture in our country. Every language has its unique entity. Okay, but for requirement of interview, we need to develop. So that doesn't mean that you can't speak English. That doesn't mean you are over. No, you try to develop it from today. And I'm ensuring you, if you just follow what I have said, just for 15 days, you will be very much benefited from it. Okay, and you have to do it. And if you have any query, ask me. Amlan sir will help you how to develop that communication skill. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Welcome. So, sir, can you conclude the session, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. So, thank you, Dr. Amlan Chakrabarti, sir, for your wonderful speech and the interactive session, especially. The students were very much interactive at the end. So students, actually, we need more such interaction from you. See, when the interaction is there from your side, obviously we'll get more solution out of it. The outcome will be more beautiful.
Okay, sir.
So
Okay.
we expect the same interaction from the student side in the upcoming sessions, which is going to be happening on 6th December. So in this case, we need your fullest cooperation.
Okay, sir. I'll be grateful, sir.
Yes,
to
sir.
cooperate.
Yes, sir. Actually, I'm telling to the students to be more interactive. They were very much interactive with you today. We are very much happy for that, sir. Thank you very much, sir. And my advice to the students now is, on Wednesday, there is a session where we will be dealing with communicative English and soft skills, and also ethics, that is various ethical issues and consideration at the time of interview. How you have to handle the situation, like kind of things will be being handled. So you need to be more interactive during that session as what you are doing with Dr. Amlan Chakrabarti, sir. Okay, so in that aspect, it will be very much beneficial for you. Okay, so I once again extend my heartiest and sincere thanks to Dr. Amlan Chakrabarti.
Thanks, sir. Thanks,
for
sir.
his wonderful for your wonderful presentation today, sir.
Thank you, sir.
During your busy schedule.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, and sir, actually, Dr. Amlan Chakrabarti, sir, is very much available for us at any time. Okay, last
Thank
year
you, sir.
also we have planned a similar session, but unfortunately due to the COVID situation, everything has been postponed. But this time we have initiated the process. Dr. Amlan Chakrabarti, sir, is there with us. Similarly, Dr. Sonit Datta, sir, is there with us. You have to be interactive. You can talk with us. Okay, either through us, you can put up the question, and in that case, we can go for one more session where the specific questions will be addressed. Okay, so we need the support from the students whomsoever is participating in this particular training session, and we need a fullest cooperation from your side in the upcoming days ahead.
Yes, sir.
For the students, I wish you all the best, and for Amlan Chakrabarti, sir, a big thanks to you for your time and for your wonderful presentation. Thank you very much.
Sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. Yes,
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Sir, with your permission, I am just requesting students to disperse from this forum. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.